Yesterday in the lecture I gave a new announcement about Sahaja Yoga. But the whole lecture was in Marathi language, and before it is translated, I would like to tell you what was my announcement. There was a question that in America and in England, no trust, which is not a religion, can be registered. Of course, Sahaja Yoga is the religion, no doubt. Is the universal religion. Is a religion that integrates all the religions, brings all the principles of religions together, and shows the oneness. It integrates all the incarnations. It integrates all the scriptures. It's a very integrating great religion, which we can call as the universal religion, and in Hindi it is called as Vishwa Dharma. Now, to make it more particular, I thought that if you say universal religion, then it may not be that particular, because like the Buddhist, then we have got people who are called after Christ as Christians, and after other people according to the incarnations. So this time the incarnation being Nirmala, I thought we can call it the religion which is universal in the name of Nirmala. So to make it short, I thought we can call it universal Nirmala religion. What do you say to that? Now, Nirmala, you will be all called as Nirmalites. Means the one who have been enlightened by Nirmala. It goes, light shabd goes, the word light goes very well with you people because you are enlightened. Others are just lights without any flame. So this is Nirmalites, means the ones who are being enlightened by Nirmala. So if you like the name, we can call it Universal Nirmala Religion. If that suits your people in the West, I think that's a good name. So we have now proclaimed and pronounced that this is a religion which is a pure universal religion. When you say universal, Nirmala means pure or immaculate religion. And I hope you are agreeable to that. Now once we accept that religion, once we become universal, then we have to forget about our small little caste, customs, our old dead traditions, and the things that are not keeping with our spirit. Whatever is comfortable to your spirit has to be accepted as the principle of our religion. And whatever is not comfortable for it, we are not going to accept. So whatever is the way I have taught you, these are my teachings. Out of my teachings, whatever you have achieved belongs to this religion. Of course, in this religion, as you know, all the great prophets are really respected. The best advantage of this religion is that so far all the religions, though they were true religions, were established by true people and prophets, were all ruined by their disciples. The reason was they were not given realization, firstly, and secondly, there was no proof of that religion. Now we can give them the proof of everything, of how it is doing good to your body. Once you know that you can prove it, that it does good to you, then people will take to this religion much faster and they can test it. Because the word religion makes people quite nervous. They think religion means you are binding and then you have to get into some sort of a traditional style of living which is dead. But here our traditions are that we accept which are comfortable for our spirit and for our ascent. So that gives us the complete freedom to enjoy ourselves in the fullest way. Under these circumstances, we forget what country we come from, what caste we come from, what families we come from. All these past things we forget and we become new blossoming lotuses, spreading our beautiful fragrance all over the world. So all these old ideas which are just curbing our progress should be given up. Now, I told them another thing, that we are three types of people in this world, mainly divided into: one are people who are tamasic, another people who are the rajasic, ata shantapanayaka, and the third person is the one who is called as sattvikas. Now, tamasic are the people, as we say, that they take wrong things, attach attention more to the wrong things, and then waste all their life. They will say, for example, a woman, she gets attached to her son. She gets so much attached to that son that that covers all entire activities. Her whole life is covered with that, which is a wrong thing. It can be anything. Like I've seen most of the surgeries when they come, mother, please treat my sister, please treat my father, treat my husband. My husband is very common. So all these things are absolutely frivolous and flippant. So those people who indulge into such petty things which are wrong and waste their life are the people who are tamasikas. So that's one extreme. The goodness about it, that such people are loving, they are affectionate, they are kindly, they are not aggressive, but they are so much attached to their family life and family things that to them it's only the family and nothing else. Now these people, being extremely left-sided, have much more children than normal. That's why in India we have more children. Now the another style is the Western style, is called the Rajasic. Now the Rajasic are the people who are the ones who do not know what is right and wrong. They think they are the wisest in the whole world, and they say this is also good, that is also good. Satan is also good and God is also good. They go on like this. You see, as if they are very generous people, they are very kindly trying to show. But such people become extremely right-sided, especially their women become very right-sided. As soon as the women become right-sided, the men lose their potency, I should say, because the women start dominating them all the time. So men become just like cabbages. You see that very clearly. And the women decide for everything, they'll sit on their heads, they'll take a decision, and the men start accepting everything, all right, because they want peace at any cost. But there is nothing like right. So they are confused. You ask anybody, I'm confused. They are not ashamed to say that also. In India, if somebody says, I'm confused, they'll say, go to the lunatic asylum. But they say, I'm confused. Because by that they try to show that I'm very aware, because I'm confused. You see, that's not the sign. You must know the right path. How are you confused? If you don't know the right path, then something wrong with your brain. And that's what happens, that the people, as a result of it not deciding this, not deciding that, all the time wavering, this is good, that is God, should I do this or should I not do that, they become really stupid sometimes. To them, it's all right if they have to puncture their cheeks with nails or some pins or something like that, which you call as punks or something. That's also good. It's all right. After, what's wrong? What's wrong? Let them be punks, you see. They, all sorts of stupid, idiotic things they do. And they become such idiots, I tell you. And for them, nothing is wrong. They will aggress another person, they'll go and aggress other countries and do all kinds of dominating, aggressive acts without feeling there's anything wrong in it. I mean, they lose all their guidelines. There's no discretion, there's no guideline, and they don't know how to go. It's like a lost ship, you see. But still, the worst part of it is that it thinks what's wrong. I mean, if it is lost, still is happy going to hell directly. That sort of a mentality develops and is very dangerous. Here now, naturally, with this kind of right-sided people, they don't produce children much. They don't produce. That's why all these Western countries are on the minus side. Because love part is missing. To them, love is also mechanical. Love is also a sort of a thing, let me think, then I will love. Then they will write it down. I don't know what they do for their love also. Must be planning how to love. They lose all spontaneity. Being so much mechanized and thinking, they lose all the spontaneity of all the normal things, and that's how they are like that. All the time they are confused. They say, oh, have I done right? Have I done wrong? Should I do like this? And they cannot enjoy anything. Because even if there is something you give them to eat, then they'll think, is it good or bad? Why, eat it. See for yourself. Your tongue will tell you. But tongue also does the same, I think, in their case. It's such a confused state they are in. They cannot enjoy their marriages, they cannot enjoy their family life, they cannot enjoy anything. They are absolutely joyless. And in the pursuit of joy, they do all kinds of nonsensical things which are so stupid and so idiotic and so adharmic. Still they are never joyous. They'll say, I am very joyous. Certified. All such clowns you must have seen around. So now we don't belong to those clown stage. So let us stand up and say that we know what is wrong, right, and what is wrong. Don't stand wavering. If you are wavering like that, then you are not a Sahaja. Now stand on right path. Say that this is it and I am going to do this. If you know that, then you are Sattvikas, then you are in the center. So you neither too much attached to your family, this, that, neither you are too much attached to your own thinking and understanding, but you are in the center where neither you think nor you worry, but you stand in the center to enjoy the present moment, which is to be enjoyed. And so this is a spontaneous thing that has to come. Now there's a big cry for spontaneity in the West. How can they have spontaneity? They cannot have spontaneity. That's why they think if they pierce a little bit, some sensation is there, is good. They go in for sensation. Even in the newspapers, they must have every day some sensation because they are getting deadened with this kind of indecision. So now you decide. And the decision only can come in a person who has developed that wisdom through understanding of Sahaja Yoga, through its Kundalini, that you have to stand in the center. Even in the case of marriage. Even if you marry them, after that, I wonder, mother, if I could carry on with her or with him. I said, why? Why are you wondering that? I think, mother, oh, that's your wife. Enjoy it. I've been busy fixing up marriages, but I hope you will not neutralize all my efforts, all my trying, because I still see some of them who are married look little miserable. Because you think, because you want them to be like this. They are what they are. Try to enjoy. Now, why do you want to change your wife and change your husband, change everything? You married, that's the way she has to be. In any case, you'll be changing as you'll be growing old. So, one must understand that at every moment, how much I have enjoyed myself. That's the test of a Sahaja Yogi. Some people who are married must have had children before because they have divorced. There may be some who might have had some other attachments. Forget it. Forget it. Otherwise, this miserable nature is not going to go away. So forget all that is miserable, come in the center and enjoy everything. Now, for the first time, I am venturing now to have widow marriages. In India, widow marriage is something was tried long time back. People tried it, but still one can say that it was not so successful. Now, if you have to have an universal religion, you have to marry people from one place to another. You have to. That's one of the things. We call it roti beti, means you must eat food. In India, I see people won't even eat food I don't want to talk about India because they are so particular with whom they eat the food. Their own relations also in that, if there is a little caste difference, they will not eat food at their place. And with that, what have they achieved is starvation. They don't mind starving. But they will not eat food at a particular caste because that's a different caste. Such stupid people live here also. So this has to go away. Gandhiji tried, before that many people tried that you must marry outside, but they didn't say marry in the foreign countries, otherwise they would have been murdered 10 times more. But now I am saying it is now the universal religion we are talking about, so we should accept these marriages and must keep the sanctity of the marriage. Now the ladies, I have to especially request you now that you are the one who are going to mar or make Sahaja all right. If you try to dominate your husbands and overdo things, they are not going to be normal people, and I don't want cabbages here. You have to become sweet, extremely sweet, nice, kindly, and attentive. You see, that's how you can capture your husbands. You don't know how to capture. You are stupid women, I must say. You see how actually my husband, if you ask him, he'll say, I'm so dependent, I don't know what to do. That's what it is, absolutely dependent 100%. And then he sometimes gets angry, you made me dependent, now how can you leave me and go away? But you people have funny ideas. You are not men, you are women. You are much more powerful than men are. But stupidly, if you want to become less powerful, then become men. So the women should try to be little simpler, easier, kindly, compassionate, affectionate. Let them dominate. They feel they are dominating. Let them dominate. Doesn't matter. If supposing husband says, all right, I like the blue color. All right, you buy the green, say that this is blue, they'll believe you. They don't know green from the blue. You see, they don't know many things. They don't know anything about life. The things that are important to you, they don't know. They just try to say, do this. But they don't know anything. I mean, at least our men are like that. Absolutely hopeless. They don't know anything. And if you tell them, all right, I am buying, supposing we say that we want to plant a mango tree. They say, don't have a mango tree. Then what should I have? Oh no, you should have another tree, some other name they'll give you. Supposing they'll say that put some, we can say coconut tree. Now you know that you cannot plant coconut tree in a particular place. But they don't know that you cannot plant coconut tree. So you say, all right, I'll put coconut. Then you put the mango there. And what a nice coconut tree, they'll say. And when the mangoes will appear, you see, when the mangoes will appear, then they will look at them. Oh, our coconut tree has given mangoes. That's wonderful. Better, this is better. And then they will laugh. So you shouldn't. They are worried about bigger things like world peace, atomic bombs. You just don't worry about these big things. Let them worry about these big things, you see. And all, they will be worried about traffic lights, motor cars, and all that let them worry. You worry about the things which concerns you. And you'll be surprised that this division of labor will bring more joy and more happiness. Like the nose has to smell, mouth has to eat, ears have to hear. But if somebody, that's what I've seen in the West, that everybody does everybody's work. You know, a president can be a garbage cleaner also. That is not done in India. Everybody has his own capacity. Of course, no work is higher or lower, but whatever is your capacity, you should do accordingly. Especially with ladies and men. This is very important. And if you have not learned how to be sweet, try to learn from some Indian women how they manage their husbands. Now, regarding the Sattvikas, are the people who know what the right thing is. They are actually the category of the seekers. And such seekers automatically find the truth. They are the people who come to the right thing. They have a special sense, a special seventh sense. That sense gives them understanding, what we call a very deep penetration and a pure intelligence, which gives them an understanding that this is the way it is. This is it. Of course, some of them take time because they are left-sided or right-sided to come in the center. But even if they come to the center, they may just go to the right, they may go to the left, they may a little bit go like that. But these are the people who come to Sahaja. Those who are extremes will never come to Sahaja Yoga. You should not try to pull them in. Especially men on the right, women on too much on the right or too much on the left. Even the men who are too much on the left, like here in Nashik, I find people are so conditioned. If you are too much conditioned, then also you cannot come to Sahaja Yoga. Now all such people, even if they come to Sahaja Yoga, they'll stay for a short time and go away. That's why sometimes I say that such and such marriage won't be successful once you try to understand why mother has said it. Because they will deliberately force that marriage on me. Mother, no, we want to get married, we have decided. And within 3 days, they'll come back for divorce. So one must understand why mother has said that this won't work out. It's important, very important for us to know that there are many other things within ourselves which also work out. Now sometimes the men also can be extremely dominating, that they should not be. Come inside. Shri, why is he standing here? They should not be dominating us. I have seen that they get very dominating. Some of the men who have married Indian girls have become so dominating that I am shocked. How did they learn it? And then try to tell the wife, do this, do that, do that. If she doesn't do it, then they feel bad. Italians also have a habit, I have seen. They also dominate in Italian women very much, and the Greeks too, because they are supposed to be traditionalists like us. You see, Italians, Greeks and Egyptians and Indians. But Indians are the worst, and I cannot number the rest. But they try to dominate their women. Money they will control, this they will control, that they will control. They will control the women, they can't control themselves. So this is what one should not try to do. That when it comes to women, you must respect them. They are respectable. And if you cannot respect them, you cannot marry them and live with them. Now, these people who are very dominating, hot-tempered, puzzle type of people, they actually spoil Sahaja Yoginis. I have seen them. Very good Sahaja Yoginis have been spoiled by such men. By marrying them, sometimes I feel, why did I marry this good girl to this horrible fellow? Because the girl, first of all, opposes such a man. She says, Mother, I can't bear such a man. It's too much for me. He's too much. He's too rustic. He behaves in a funny manner. And then she herself starts behaving in the same manner. Her language changes, style changes. It's something surprising. A person who is a good surgeon, extremely good surgeon, we have in London, we have in America, I've seen such girls. So I would request you that don't try to put your tempers and all those things on your wives, because then they react and you will ruin their lives and their ascent, as well as yours you have already ruined. Try to bring down. You have to be peaceful, loving, affectionate people. You have no reason to have any temper whatsoever. No temper at all. So that is extremely important. You must remember that Krishna started with the temper. That how a person gets spoiled is through the temper. Temper not allowed. As soon as you get into temper, go and beat yourself with shoes. That's the best way. Or you cannot, you just go on beating there. So that no temper should be allowed to come up, because this will spoil Sahaja Yoga out and out. Is not allowed to have any temper whatsoever, at any cost. Except when your mother has been. Of course, there I cannot stop it because it's too much to expect. When people abuse me, say bad things, you get into temper, doesn't matter. But even then, you need not answer them back. I'll look after them. Don't you worry. They'll have to pay for it. So, don't show any temper. Of course, for women, it is out of question. And they should be not like matrons, like Mrs. Thatcher is. Alright? Like, why did you not clean it? Do this, do that. They are not to say that. Not even once. You better do everything yourself. Don't tell your husband, do this, do that, like a servant. Don't make them into servants. It is your job to do something. It is their pleasure to help you out. It's a fact. But you will see that once you start doing everything, they'll become your slaves. I know. Automatically, he says. So, because we are in a very joyous mood today, so many are getting married. You know, just before you came, I was late because I was arranging marriages. Now we have arranged about 10 marriages within this time. So now we have to be in the center. We have to be in a joyous mood. We have to enjoy our wives and our husbands. That's the only thing that is your own, is your private, which is just something great. But don't start crying, weeping about the past. Forget the past. Don't discuss it. Don't talk. No one likes it. These are all romantic, nonsensical ideas. Throw them away. They're all nonsensical ideas. Just start it afresh with a great idea that you are going to start a new life of understanding and joy. Doesn't matter what your mother says, father says, anything. That's not important for us. I am your father, I am your mother, I am your sister, whatever you may call me. And I have given you a wife. So now you cannot blame me for anything. Now, today, let us start afresh with this new universal Nirmala religion. So you are all the members of the universal Nirmala religion. Alright? All of you agree?
Vishwa Dharma Nirmala Dharma ki jai.